Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Encryptor. Welcome back to another Call of Duty episode. It's been a little bit, probably over a week since I have played Call of Duty, and so I'm a little rusty. Also, I have not ever played this map, so if I'm doing awful, that is why. But without further ado, let's get into what the actual video is about, and that is predicting the first round of the NBA playoffs. So to start out, on the east side, we have the top-seeded Cavs versus the Detroit Pistons, who beat the Cavs on the last game of the season. So, to be honest, I am not impressed with the Cavaliers right now. I feel like they are, I don't know what it is, but it's like they lose like every other game, it seems like. And to me, that's just not a sign of a championship contending team. Unless something changes in the postseason, which, I mean, it happens almost every year for a team, they're not going to win, and they're not even going to make it to the finals because they're not consistent. I think that's the word for it. They're lacking consistency, and so if they cannot straighten their act up, they're not going to win the finals or even make the finals. I think they're going to beat Detroit. I don't think Detroit's good enough to beat them 4 times out of 7 games. I do think it's going to go to maybe 6. I don't think 7. I think it's going to go to about 6 games, unless Cleveland shows something they haven't showed before, but I do have Cleveland winning in 6. Now going to the second matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors facing the Indiana Pacers. Both fairly decent regular season teams. Raptors obviously pretty good, finishing second. Now, I think that they do win. They do advance over the Pacers. The series is also going to go into probably about 6 games, I would say. But I think they have too much talent, and they're just playing at too high of a level right now for the Pacers to beat them. So Raptors beat Pacers in 6. Now going on to the Heat and the Hornets. This one's going to be kind of interesting. Now, before I go any further, I do not have extreme close-up knowledge of every single team that made the playoffs, so if my analysis is kind of short on some matchups, that's probably why, because I don't have a lot of knowledge of the teams, and these are 2 of those teams I'm just not really familiar with. I've kind of heard bits and pieces about them throughout the season, but not enough to really give you a really good analysis on the matchup. So I'm just going to go with my gut here. I'm going to go Miami in 6. I know they're all going in 6. I think Miami's better. They've had pretty good games. I have seen them win some pretty tough games. Charlotte has also, but I just think Miami is a better team, better players, and I feel like they have more experience over Charlotte. So, yep, Miami in 4. The 4th and 5th seed, Hawks and Celtics. To me, the most intriguing matchup. I'm going to go upset here. I'm going Celtics in 7. I think they've just showed a lot of toughness. They went to Golden State and knocked off the Warriors, giving them their first home loss of the season, which that was impressive. They also beat the Cavaliers at some point, I do believe, in Cleveland, another good win. And they've also had very good key wins throughout the season, and they've kind of put together a pretty good season. Hawks are also pretty good. I don't think they're as good. I think Celtics have more momentum coming into this game, or the series. And so I think that they're going to win it in 7 games. But this is definitely going to be, I think, the best in the East. Now moving on to the Western Conference, the 1-8 matchup, Warriors and Rockets. So the Rockets did squeeze their way into a playoff spot. I don't know. I gotta go Golden State here. Golden State has way too much depth, way too much momentum, coming off a 73-9 record-breaking season. Unless they totally lose momentum because they got that record, which I really don't see happening. I think they're gonna come out and play just as well. Now that they're really trying to lock into a second straight final, which would just be insane if they did win, breaking the Bulls record and then winning a second straight title. So yeah, I think Golden State wins in 5 games. I don't think the Rockets really can match up against them. They haven't had that fantastic of a season. They might force it to 6 games, but I don't see any way that they're going to come out on top of Golden State. So moving on to 2 and 7, we have the Spurs and the Grizzlies. I'm just gonna say it. Spurs defense, way too tough. Defense wins championships. Spurs win in 6. That's short, simple, sweet. That's Spurs are gonna win because they have arguably the best defense in the entire league. And like I said, defense wins championships. So Thunder and Mavericks 3 and 6 matchup. Billy Donovan first year with the Thunder. I see big potential for this team in the next few seasons. Hopefully Kevin Durant can. I would kind of like to see him stay. I'm not a huge Thunder fan, but I just think he's a good piece to that team. And if the Thunder were smart, they would be doing everything they can to keep him on the team because he's a huge piece to that team offensively and defensively. But I just think that the Mavericks don't have what it takes to beat Oklahoma City. Even though Oklahoma City had a rough second end of the season, I think they do find a way to win and move on to the second round. Now the Clippers and the Portland Trail Blazers, 4 and 5. Again, a very intriguing matchup here. The Trailblazers have had some pretty good wins throughout the season. They played pretty well. And then I also know the Clippers have had a relatively decent season as well. So if I had to pick, since I have to pick this, I'm just going to go Clippers. I think Clippers are going to win it in 7 games, and another 7-game series for 4 and 5. I think, obviously the 4 and 5s are going to be the most intriguing matchup, but it's going to be very good. It's going to be close. I don't see any of them running away in 5-6 games. So Clippers are going to win in 7, and it's going to be close. It's going to be an exciting matchup, and I'm looking forward to watching it all go down and just seeing the best teams move on, because that's just the best part of the NBA playoffs. But yep, those are my first round picks. If you want to see second round picks, drop a like on this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe as we are on our road to 100 subscribers. And until the next video, guys, this is Encryptor, heading out.